So, who would you you said you've been watching comedy since you was little. So who really inspired you into getting into comedy, and who do you compare your acts to? I know you're really not comparable to anybody, but who do you like? Kind of, everybody finds stuff and to take bits and pieces from.
Yeah,
you understand where I'm coming from?
He's like, do not use that cop out answer. All right, man, I got you. Day to day was Leno because what I liked about Leno, a lot of people don't like about Leno, is that every day you got a fresh 6 minutes. So when I first started doing comedy, I tried to do different acts every time. I realized that's impossible. It sucks, but it was a cool way to look at comedy because now more than ever, people are quick to draw on TikTok and on memes and stuff. This is why Weird Al retired. Like, he's like, yo, man, I can't do a parody song if parodies come out the day of. You know what I'm saying? But I would say Leno was a big one. As far as the specials, I mean, Chris Rock was an event. It felt like either if Chris Rock had a special or Tyson had a fight, everyone wanted the HBO hot box. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was an event. It was the hood. Oh shit! Like, cause like Chris Rock went to my high school too. He didn't graduate. This is why we don't say he graduated. But he went. Like, if you ever watch Everybody Hates Chris, Catalia High School was Madison. Okay. And so like it was like, oh, he went to our school. Let's go check it out. So I was like, Chris Rock, Leno. I like Seinfeld. People my age and younger do not. But when it comes to writing the material and practicing the material and having like no air, it's Seinfeld. No one writes jokes anymore. Everyone tries to make their life experiences funny, which is another flavor of comedy. Not knocking it, but it's cool to know where it came from. Much like how most hip hop these days is melodic. It's cool to have a lyrical base. I think it's cool to have a joke base and decide to jump into talking about your life or whatever. So those are the main ones. My favorite comedy special of all time is Trevor Noah's Crazy Normal. That's when he was a
great one. It really is.
Never seen it.
Yeah. So he was a huge star in Africa, but he was not known in America yet. So that was like, this is like his like giant HBO special for Africa. But in 2 hours time or an hour and a half time, he made me like, he taught me South African politics and why this person should be funny or why this one should not be funny. So when years later he got the Daily Show spot, I was like, okay, if he can break down another country's political sphere, he's gonna be fine on Daily Show. Took him a couple years to do it, but yeah, he nailed it. So Crazy Normal was my favorite of his.
What advice would you give to like an up and coming or comedian like who like they see like they'll go to the comedy store to watch other guys do their sets, and then they feel like, hey, I think I got what it takes to do it. Like, what kind of advice would you give them starting out?
Well, there's that stock advice: never give up, have a thick skin, meet the right people, and that's great. I'm not trying to say don't do that, but I think like the one thing I wish I learned when I started is you have to take time to talk to yourself out loud, because when you write jokes and you have a joke in your head, you know
it doesn't come out the same way.
You know the pauses, you know the reaction you're gonna get. You have to recite to give yourself time to enunciate and wait for pauses and slow down and come up with things if no one laughs at it. So I take 2 hours a day just to walk around my house. My neighbors think I'm crazy. Just to talk about jokes or even commercials I've seen or books I've read, or when I'm winning arguments in my head, like how we do in the shower, I say that out loud just to make sure that I know about my rhythm and pace and that. And everything else is all just hustling, right? Go hit up open mics, talk out to people who are actually doing it, text or email your heroes, see if they respond to you, because now in the podcast era, a lot of people are just more open to talking about their game and being on shows, like how I'm doing on the show. Hit you guys up, yo, what up? Can I be on your show? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot more open now that way, but definitely talk to yourself, say things out loud and recite.
That's what's up.
And I remember, well, the first time I bombed was I bombed the second time I was on stage, but the biggest time I bombed was like what you were saying. I was in a brewery. Not even like a bar. I was in a brewery. So I was sitting there going, isn't it funny? And there's like forklifts in the back. Clink, clink. The kegs were falling down. I said chickens cross the road because it was terrible. Because like, when you first start out, no one's booking you. You don't have a following. And that's what people book you for. That's why podcasts are great. Shows are great because you want to get a following, they can book you. And they say 10 years is a comedy game. I'm on year 6 now, right? You're hitting the year 7. And it's true. Because your first year, you learn how to write jokes and tell jokes. But the thing is, if no one laughs at your jokes, it messes up because you're like, oh no, joke, laugh, joke, laugh, joke, laugh. And after year 3, year 4 is when you go, okay, if you guys don't like this joke, I have this thing for you. I'm gonna give you this, I'm gonna remix this. And then year 6, 7, 8, it's this topic is happening, let's talk about it, let's make this fun. And it really is that general growth. But when I say 10 years, don't think of it as a prison sentence in that way. Don't think of it as, I gotta do 10 years, I'm not famous in 10 years, damn. But it really is a growth. Some people took 15 years to crack. Tiffany Haddish had 19 years,
True.
and she was a juvenile comedian. She
Yeah.
started as a kid. You know, I
Yeah.
started comedy at 29, and I'm like, where's my thing coming in? So
Yeah.
it's a process.
It's like that.